tonight on Si's Eyes on the Skies.
Good evening, everybody. As we look out across the MU tonight, it's a beautiful night, much warmer than it should be for this time of year, and I'll have more coming up on the week ahead.
Plus, Danny has a look at the national forecast. Si's Eyes on the Skies for Tuesday, November 30th starts now.
Live from Studio 171 in Ames, Iowa, the Iowa State Meteorology Department team of meteorologists brings you the latest weather from around the country and out your front door. Iowa State's longest-running television program and the only live weather broadcast on campus starts right now. This is Si's Eyes on the Skies.
Good evening. I'm your host, Maddy Wuestenberg. We begin with tonight's weather story. On this date in 1925, an extremely rare late November hurricane began to affect the west coast of Florida as it strengthened during the day. The storm made landfall early on December 1st, south of Tampa Bay, weakened to a tropical storm as it crossed Florida. Then the storm regained hurricane strength near Jacksonville. Heavy rain continued over northeast Florida. There were high winds and excessive rainfall, which damaged citrus crops. To discuss more on what's happening around the country, here's Danny with our national forecast.
Thank you, Maddie. Taking a look here at the national headlines here. We've got heavy rain occurring right now in Washington. We have some fire hazards out west because of some abnormally warm temperatures and a bit of a drought. And we could have potential snow in the Great Lakes. I'll have that and more coming up for your national forecast.
Welcome back. Now here's Danny with a look at what's happening around the nation.
Thank you very much, Maddie. As we take a look here at satellite and radar across the entire country, so we've got a bit of a high pressure occurring here in parts of Idaho, Utah, and Nevada is what's bringing this drier, kind of warmer air to the area, as well as we have some snowflakes here in Toronto and in parts of New York and Quebec and Halifax. And again, the majority of the country not seeing a whole lot right now. There's a lot of different low pressures and fronts, but nothing that's really collectively organized for the moment. Take a look at temperatures across the country. So again, we kind of have this big split. So the northern half of the country is seeing mid to upper 40s, and then we're seeing lower 60s here in the southern portion of the United States, as well as a hot spot here in Phoenix at 77 degrees. Again, a lot warmer than normal this time of year, which is causing some concerns here for a portion of the country. So taking a look here at the temperatures here in the northwest portion of the United States. So again, we have 58 in Denver, which is again abnormally warm for this time of year, 52 in Rapid City, and then again, these mid to upper 40s here across the portion of western United States. And again, this is a problem with some fires. So right now we have a high wind warning here in Montana. We also have an air stagnation advisory, which again is just pollutants gathering and collecting in that area, which can be really detrimental to some fires. And since we are under dry conditions as shown here in the drought, again, we're under extreme drought here in portions of California, Nevada, Utah, portions of Montana and Oregon, and so that's going to be a cause for concern, especially with those high winds that some fires could kick up over the next couple of days. As we take a look at the rest of the country, again, in usual pretty good conditions. Texas in a bit of a drought there, especially in the northern portion of the state. Otherwise, the rest of the country here, not too bad, except for portions of North and South Carolina. So taking a look again at this southwest, so we see that it is very, very dry. So taking a look at the 500 millibar heights, so again, we're in a bit of a ridge pattern here for most of the United States. Again, that western United States into central United States, that's why we have those drier conditions and why we have those warmer temperatures. We do have this bit of a trough dipping down into portions of the Great Lakes, again in Michigan, Wisconsin, and into New York, and that's why they're going to get those snow opportunities with that colder air moving in. We might get some of that lake effect snow that's going to precipitate over the Great Lakes region. And again, for the rest of the week, we're going to be under this ridge pattern, which is going to be very dry for the entirety of the country. So again, take a look at futurecast. We see a bit of snow extending up from Minnesota into portions of Iowa with some rain. Fortunately, no snow for the area just quite yet. And again, we do see this kind of snow falling in Canada, not quite crossing the border of the United States, maybe a bit in upstate New York, but otherwise not much going on for that. As we head into Wednesday, 7 o'clock, that snow moves east, and we do see some of that precipitation gathering over the Great Lakes area in portions of Michigan and into New York. As we step forward into Thursday at 1:30, again, that snow kind of moving into portions of New York and over the Great Lakes area. As we move forth into the rest of the week here on Thursday, that will turn into rain with some of those warmer temperatures for those areas. And so as we take a look here at the snowfall forecast, again, so this is from tonight until Wednesday at 11 p.m., excuse me. So again, maybe about an inch or so in some portions, maybe up to a couple inches here in New York. Again, not a whole lot of snow accumulating, but just a little bit to cover the grounds. So taking a look at the week ahead here, so the Big 12 Championship, unfortunately, Iowa State is not participating in it. It is going to be Oklahoma State and Baylor. So taking a look at Saturday, here is the forecast day, 74 degrees. Again, very abnormally warm for this time of year. As we step forth, mid to upper 70s for the rest of the week, and then starting into next week, a little bit cooler as we head into Monday and Tuesday.
Thank you, Danny, for that forecast. Now let's take a look at tonight's trivia question. In which year was the first photo taken of a tornado? A, 1884, B, 1885, C, 1886, or D, 1887? We'll have your answer coming right up, but now let's take a look at the week ahead with AJ.
Good evening, everybody. As we take a look at the week coming up ahead, we've got a few scattered showers that might come through the area tonight, but then after they push out, we've got a sunny week for the rest of the week ahead, and it's going to be really, really mild. I'll have a look at that and more coming up.
Hey, did you know 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Let's go to the shelterpetproject.org and meet a few who are in a shelter near you. Harlow, oh, she's one great listener who loves to hear all your stories. My kind of cat. Cerulo is a sweet, goofy boy who's eager to please. Sounds just like another dog I know. So go to the shelterpetproject.org, search your local shelters and rescues, and go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
Good evening, everybody. As we take a look out across the Memorial Union tonight, beautiful night here in Ames. It's 45 degrees, calm wind. We've got not many clouds in the area. And as we take a look at our forecast for tonight, not going to get much cooler than where we're at now. It'll dip a little bit. We're going to get down to about 38. Be on the lookout for some scattered showers that might push through later on tonight, but it's going to be, other than that, pretty nice night. Very light wind out of the south, 5 to 10 miles an hour. As we take a look at our forecast for tomorrow, it's going to be very warm, especially compared to where we should be for this time of year. We'll have a high of about 61, mostly sunny skies, and once again, relatively light wind coming out of the west-southwest. And then as we take a look at our hourly forecast, we're going to top out around 2 p.m., around 60 degrees. And as you can see, that's much warmer than our usual high. We should be about 40 degrees at this time of year. We'll be right there at around first thing in the morning, 8 a.m. So if you want to feel what we should be like for this time of year, you step out around 8 a.m. As we take a look at the satellite and radar right now, you can see that we've got some showers up here in the northwest corner of the state, kind of pushing into our area. We'll want to keep an eye on them as we go through the night tonight. They might, again, if you're out doing some late night activities, you might get sprinkled on here or there. But other than that, they shouldn't pose too many impacts for the area. And again, taking a look as we push through tonight, you'll want to watch for those scattered showers as they push through. But they'll be out of here by daybreak tomorrow, and then tomorrow will be a bright sunny day. And as we look ahead, a few passing clouds as we go through the day Wednesday into the night on Thursday. And again, Thursday, nice, sunny, calm day. Wash, rinse, repeat for Friday. Not much going on. Overall for the week, as you can see, mostly sunny, clear, and warm. And as we take a look at our temperatures right now, as we look across the state, not, again, much warmer than where we normally are at this time of year. 45 in Ames. Got a warm spot over here, 50 in Sioux City. Cool spot up here in Mason City, 31. And then everywhere else across the board, mid to upper 40s with a few upper 30s mixed in here or there. And then again, as we take a look at the wind right now, pretty calm, light wind. We got a nice southerly flow. Just nothing that'll really bother you too much if you're out and about tonight. And as we take a look at the future forecast with the winds, as those showers push through tonight, you might get a slightly higher wind here or there, and then that's going to change the wind direction you'll get more of a northwesterly flow as we get into the morning tomorrow. But then again, as we go through the day, relatively light winds. You might get a higher gust here or there, but for the most part, nothing too terrible. And then as we go on into the night tomorrow night, not much to report, pretty calm winds. And as we go look at our lows for tonight, again, much warmer, closer to where our high should be for this time of year, really, than our low. 38 names, mostly upper 30s to lower 40s across the board. Again, you got your cold spot up there in Mason City. I guess they've hit their low for the night at 31. And then close to freezing as you get out into the more eastern and northern parts of the state. And again, as we take a look at our forecast highs for tomorrow, generally, the farther south and the farther west you go, the warmer it gets. And then we do have a cold pocket sitting up here in northern Wisconsin. So the closer you get to the northeast part of the state, the cooler you'll get, but still really just a beautiful day. And then as we take a look at the week ahead, again, just mild, warm. For those, I know it's Christmas time. For those of you who are looking for snow, I got bad news for you. You're probably not going to get it as we go through the week this week. But, you know, I come from an area where we don't get much snow, period. So if you want a fun activity that's kind of like sledding, what you can do is take a plastic drawer, fill it with water, and freeze it into a block of ice, throw a towel over it, and go sled down a grassy hill. It's just like snow, I promise you. So for those of you who are waiting for snow, something to try.
Thank you, AJ, for that forecast. Let's review tonight's trivia question. In which year was the first photo taken of a tornado? A, 1884, B, 1885, C, 1886, or D, 1887?
I didn't realize that there were photos of tornadoes that were that old.
Yeah, I didn't either. I was kind of shocked about the years up there.
You know, I got to say, my gut feeling is telling me A. I might be seeing something. I don't know.
Are
but
you sure it's not B?
I think it's 1884. I think the streak breaks tonight. It is not going to be B. It's going to be A.
It's not going to be B. All right. Well, this is going to be the first night. Oh, and it was A. The first night's been A, as I've been hosting. Fascinating.
Like I said, I think I just had a hunch, just a gut feeling.
I want to know what he chased that tornado on. I'll bet he was chasing it on horseback.
He better have been.
Good call.
And that concludes tonight's show. Please be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. You can find every show on YouTube under our Size Eyes channel. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you later. Have a great night.